Hi, I'm Leah, this is Lydia, and this is Lauren, and we're a part of the School for Revolutionary Girls at Emma, and we are talking to Spirasi, Aisling from Spirasi, and we were wondering if you could just tell us a bit about yourself and your organisation.
Sure. So my name is Aisling Hearns. I'm the therapy coordinator at Spirasi. Spirasi is the Centre for Rehabilitation of Survivors of Torture. So Spirasi was set up in 1999 as an English language school because there was a sudden increase in asylum seekers coming to Ireland. And then after a couple of years, the Spiritans who set up, the Spiritan Brothers, realised that a lot of the people attending were struggling with some mental health issues. And with some digging, they found it was related to torture.
So how do you reach out to asylum seekers and victims of torture?
Different ways. So we're a very small organisation, so it can be difficult to be in the public eye. And I suppose it's quite a serious topic, so not everyone wants to hear about it all the time. A lot of the GPs around the country would know who we are, and it's through them that we get the referrals. So through the clients' GPs and their solicitors. A lot of the clients, because they're asylum seekers, have a legal case going on. So the solicitors would ask us to see them, sometimes for counselling, sometimes for a medical legal report to support their case.
Is it personally difficult to hear stories of what people have been through?
It is. It's very difficult. Our staff are very well trained. It's not everyone that could do this kind of work. It takes a lot of training. And we all have our different ways in which we cope with it. So we're very conscious of self-care in Spirasi. All of our therapists have supervision outside of work and then also in work. So we would meet up every week for a meeting and then once a month for supervision as a group as well. We have to look after ourselves really, really well.
Okay, of course. In what ways do you raise awareness for asylum seekers' issues? Like, do you events or like, I don't know, do you have social media?
Well, the medical legal reports are one way in which we help. So a medical legal report by Spirasi is basically a report done by one of our doctors that shows evidence of the torture that they're saying happened in their country. So once we have those reports done, that goes a long way to supporting them to get their refugee status and enables them to be able to stay in Ireland. So that's one of the ways that we help. Another way is we have also a psychosocial department as well as our therapy department. And by this, we help with accommodation issues, so before and after getting refugee status, and any kind of issues that might turn up. And then we also have an integration department. And in the integration department, we do things like English classes, computer classes, guitar, art. So all of these things help asylum seekers to integrate better into Ireland.
So you mentioned, a lot of people and groups who help you with this work. So how do you fund the organisation?
Our funding comes partially from the HSE and then partially from the UN. So the United Nations give us some funding. So they have the IRCT, which is their division that looks after rehabilitation of torture. So they give us some funding, the HSE give us some funding, and then we get some donations. We're not very, like I said, out in the public eye, so we don't get a huge amount of donations, and it is an area we really need to work on.
And due to recent events like the refugee crisis, has there been a bigger demand for services such as Spirasi?
Absolutely. I mean, every year we see an increase in our, the demand on our service. We have massive waiting lists, unfortunately, which doesn't help the situation. But if you think of the statistic, 50% of asylum seekers in Ireland have been tortured. And, so if you're looking at 4,000 people coming into Ireland in 1 year, for an example, then 2,000 of those are possibly victims of torture. So for that reason, we really need to, I suppose, work on the fundraising bit and employ more staff in Spirasi to handle the waiting lists a little bit better. But we are seeing an increase in demand, yes.
Okay, I think that's all the questions we have for today. So thank you so much for talking to us. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, girls, and well done on everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Aisling. Bye-bye.
No worries, bye.